All right, this one's going to be a little bit different, but I think you're going to like the results. So let's let Bud and Steve Jaske tell us a little bit about the history of this truck first.
Do you have any of this equipment anymore? Or is it
No.
all? Okay. Okay.
I took a four-wheel drive truck and went pulling out here at a county fair. Well, of course, right away the motor wasn't big enough. It was an international pickup, and that's how
Well, and
that
that's what
was
we
an
have.
international.
That's the Blue Ox, right?
Yeah.
So-
when it was called the Blue Ox, right?
Do you remember what year it was you built the Blue Ox? Like when did you start doing all this? Early 80s or
Early
70s?
Yeah, late
Late
70s.
70s?
Big block Chevy.
It was a
And
427.
that's what
wasn't it?
those were. Yeah, it probably was bigger than that, but a little bigger than that. It didn't work over and
And
stuff like
no
that.
blower on those, right?
No, not to start with, and that was when it was an international truck. That's the
So-
old one.
Let me get a picture of this real quick. We'll show what we're looking at. We're going to talk about next. So this is.
Yeah. See, that would have been one of the SRO shows.
Hey, here's the Blue Ox pickup truck. This is a sophisticated, high weight on the front end, and that's, of course, to keep the front end down. Here's Bud now. He's well underway. Got a good pull going for him. But, he's got a problem, and it looks to me like there's a broken hitch. That's exactly what happened. He broke it 107.
So where did you get the axles that you wanted?
I bought from one of my other guys that worked for me, knew a drag racer that was a friend of his, and he knew that he was quitting, and so that's where I got my first motor, was a drag race motor
Curious.
back in those days.
It's an international. Does it have like a square body Chevy grill on it?
It might have.
Oh, yeah.
I don't remember for positive that it was
No, is this your truck too?
That's what it started out as.
That's-
That's what the four-wheel pulling started out
Okay.
at.
That's how
And,
you got started in with that truck?
Yeah. I mean, it's already got a Chevy in it. You know, I think we started with the four-wheel
But
drive.
that's the truck you started with, like to start the whole career, like when it was stock.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. And it stayed competitive for a long time.
I saw a picture of the Blue Ox. Did you make an extended, a super modified Blue Ox?
That's how we ran SRO. Okay, we could take the in between classes. That'd be the second class. We would I made a spline that they'd go out to about 3.5, 4 feet, and we could slide them right out the back.
Slide the axle back?
In between classes.
Oh, wow.
So in about 5 minutes we could, and put a blower on. We'd take a blower and set it right on top of the natural aspirated engine and make it long and running so that we ran SRO. And I don't know that I even got any pictures of us doing that. But that's what it would be. So
Oh, wow.
we
Same
drove-
truck, you would
Same
just-
truck, but we take it
classes.
to make the second class. You had to have a blower. It was a
Right.
blower class, so you weren't competitive with a natural aspirated motor.
Yeah.
So we'd take a blower and plop it on and change the gear ratio. You know, we had a transmission that we could just
slide the gears
in,
Yeah.
and
then drive shaft would slip that long too?
slip that long. I found a guy that made long spline,
Oh, okay.
and
that was strong enough, obviously.
yeah, and made them. Yeah, if you see the picture, it's just one long spline
It's
deal.
like a set of wheels on a trailer. Pull the pins and
Slide it back.
slide
yeah,
it back for it.
yeah, just similarly.
That's cool.
So-
Similarly as that.
What did you use for a front axle then? Because
Same front axle.
like a Dana
We wouldn't
60 or
change
something?
it. Yeah.
And that
Yeah.
held up to the blower and everything?
hmm
Really?
Yeah, they're pretty strong. They'd be a 60 model,
And that's all it
like
would
a
be?
1-ton truck
Yeah.
would take in the front end, because you don't pull near as much with the front end.
Even with all that
Dodge.
weight hanging over it?
Yeah, yeah. I don't think I'm trying to remember, but I don't ever remember.
Really? And then lockers, or just use a spool?
Just use the spool. We also changed the pumpkin if we had time. Depends on the
gear
class.
ratio in there.
But usually the indoor shows would be one right after the other. But
And it's shorter track too, right? Because you run 150 feet versus what, 300 at like a
Yeah,
county
right,
fair.
right. That didn't,
So that
didn't
all had
make
to
any
play into.
difference.
Oh, that didn't make really. Because of the way the sled would come up, it would all be the same.
Yeah, it
Thanks
worked.
for
It
gearing.
would work. Yeah,
Okay.
I can show you some stuff, or I'll get these models here that you're interested in, and and super modified all the time,
Yeah.
and then we'd go and stretch it out and
That's
and
crazy.
run it.
I never
But,
did. Anybody else do that? Or
No.
you?
Nobody
I never
ever,
heard of
nobody ever did that beside us, and we would just dominate. You can imagine having a long wheelbase with all these guys with just a blower on their truck. No, nobody ever touched us on that.
It's so cool.
Yeah, that was,
See, that's why we were doing this stuff. We wanted to hear these stories.
I can
never
never
heard
believe
of.
it.
Yeah.
I
Would
can't believe
never
it.
have known that you had stretched it out.
Let me find you Mel here.
And then what about the 80s Dodge 4x4? The Meisterbrow.
We were at I think at Detroit, and one of the people from Dodge was there. Being close to downtown, when you were pulling at the Kingdom at that time or whatever.
Yeah.
And I says, you should have that be a Dodge. And I says, well, you give us a Dodge body and we'll change it over to a Dodge.
Oh, so the Blue Ox
So that's how it got to
switched
be.
to a Dodge body.
So that's how it ended up with a Dodge
Okay.
on that.
So you don't have nothing left? None of the trucks or tractors, huh?
Just sold them all. I should have kept an Aries engine.
No,
just
you don't.
to,
Oh, no
just to
engines.
set
no
it
nothing,
here.
huh? Yeah.
And what about this one?
That was me.
Is that you driving?
Yeah.
No helmet.
No helmet. No, not in it.
It's got a big glare on it. Let me see if I can get it.
I'm sorry about that.
So that's the one you started with.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
This is not your average pickup truck. This is a sophisticated, high-tech truck, the kind that you'll find only at a national championship truck pull. Now you're aware that it has been designed for competition only from the minute you look at these 21-inch wide tires with their big traction bars. Since all pulling trucks are four-wheel drive, their drivetrain is their most vulnerable area, and a broken drive shaft is not uncommon. Beginning with a cab and bed, all non-essential weight has been stripped from the truck. Then special weights are hung on the front of the truck, where it is needed to help compensate for the torque of the engine and the heavyweight sled it's pulling. Then, of course, there is the power plant. Many are drag racing hybrids, such as this 575 cubic inch engine, which will burn about 4 gallons of alcohol per run. Well, we put it all together and you got yourself a hot setup.
This is one I remember. That's so cool. So that's the same Blue Ox.
Same old Blue Ox. Yeah.
Dodge gave it to you.
Did it take a long time to do the body swap?
Medium.
Even made off-road magazine.
Yeah.
Look at this.
Yeah.
You probably don't have a picture of the Express with a 20.
Or even a copy of this would be great.
Different ones.
Because this isn't online. I don't want to put this in mine.
No,
Then I'll-
you can have that.
Are you sure?
Yeah, he's got some more in there.
Really? Okay. Take it.
Okay. Oh, okay. Everybody's in there.
Yeah, that's what I was.
I don't know if he told you the story how he got involved in it.
No, he didn't. Did
We
he?
had
Not really.
our shop foreman ran a farm stock tractor
Okay.
and then kind of talked my dad, hey, you should take the shop truck. And so the first year he just had it was an old International
Yep.
shop truck.
The
and-
blue ox.
Well, before it was actually ugly gold International color. And then
Wasn't it a dare? Wasn't it a dare?
it was a dare, yeah, kind of a dare, and then he kind of buffaloed my mother. He says, "Oh, I don't know." He says the parts truck is going to need the engine's getting a little weak and they're going to need a new engine. Well, my mother says,
Oh,
"Go,
so that's how you
go, go. That's not a big deal. Go get engine for it." Well, I didn't tell her it was going to be a built shaper and the headers are going to hang out out of the hood and stuff like that. Yeah. So that's how that got started. We pulled the local county, Jefferson County Fair, and his first pull with a thing powered so fast that blew the transmission on the ground and everything. So, but yeah. So.
And then what? Bigger motors, like
Yeah.
bigger axles.
Yeah. And then
Transfer
he
case.
ran a blower truck for a while that he got from Garrity, who did Banner's engines. And then we were at Toma and happened to be sitting next to Rick Kipley, and he said, talking with him, he says, if I was building an engine, I'd maybe look at trying out an Aries engine. So that's one thing led to another, and Rick came and started building it. A lot of our success in pulling probably goes back to Rick. A lot of the stuff he did, and he, of course, is behind a lot of things. Chris Holdorf's stuff is all built by Rick, and John Schall's stuff. There was a SRO pole, or the indoor pole at the Pontiac Silverdome, and we happened to win that night.
Okay.
And that had sold the most beer in the Pontiac Silverdome, except for WrestleMania. It had the biggest crowd except for WrestleMania. And my dad happened to have a friend from church that also was a friend with one of the sports marketing directors at Miller Brewing. And conversation led to one thing to another, and the guy says, "Well, the guys who won that poll were right here in Milwaukee." So luckily we got made connections, and
Okay.
the rest, that's how we got the Miller beer sponsorship, which helped offset what Mother would be complaining about a little bit.
Well, that truck progressed into the Meisterbrau, or no?
Yeah, first it was Meisterbrau. They decided that they're cheaper beer.
You don't even have to move.
Cheaper beer. The target marketing would be better for that. So that's And then, like say, we used to run both use the same engine, but we use both the run super modified and regular 4-wheel drive, where we had the chassis built where you could slide the rear end back.
Yeah, he told us
change
about that. That was cool.
Intake manifold and blower, put all that on. Yep. So
that's so cool. I never heard anybody doing that. It was either one or the other.
We're one of the few that.
There's others that did it.
No, I can't really think of anybody that maybe they had 2 trucks or something. But
right.
Yeah.
I've never seen anybody that slid it back.
And it's funny that the engine worked as well as it did.
The old Blue International, that was online for sale here a while back.
Oh,
his old truck?
His old Blue International. That's what I have it there.
In the end of November of 23, I put up this video of my buddy and I finding Bud's Golden Ox pulling truck. And about 4 days later, I had a guy from Canada send me a message that he thinks he has the ad for their Blue Ox being for sale on Craigslist in the Chicago area. So then the next day, I put up this picture on Pulling Reference on Facebook and asked if anybody knew where the Blue Ox was so I could go video it, and really got no response. So then about a month later, the guy from Canada went through his hard drive and found the original Craigslist ad, and that it was for sale around 2020 in the Chicago area. He sent me the ad, and this is the actual original Craigslist ad from 2020. And it had a phone number on it. So the next day, I called that number and tried to talk to the guy. And he did pick up, and I talked to him, and he said that he would send me an email with whoever he sold it to, but I never got an email from him. So I waited about a month, and then I called the seller's name on the Craigslist ad again, and he didn't pick up. So I left another voicemail and never heard from him again. So the next day, I put up the Craigslist ad itself on Facebook and asked if anybody had recently bought this body. So the next day, I got this response from a guy, and it says it was sold to a guy in Iowa. So I asked, hey, do you know who it was? So he private messaged me and says, yes, I bought it. So I asked if I could come out and video it, and this is what he said. He's like, the Blue Ox was set outside since 81 or 82. It still has the blue windows, but the windshield and back window are long gone. Someday when I get time, I'll send pics and let you see how bad it is. I just got sick of all the what are you going to do with it questions, and I just hid it away. I have a 75 International chassis we are building for it to make it the same as when they had it. I do have many pics and stuff trying to do it right. One guy wanted the doors and got pissed when I said no. So I said, I recently talked to Bud, and I think he would like to see it again. In case you haven't seen it, I do polling videos from the 80s and 90s, and thanks for getting back to me. And then he says, that's all I'm going to say about it now because of how bad the body is. The original chassis was put under another body. I got it with a Chevy frame under it. And then I asked, do you know what happened to the original chassis? And he says, whenever we get it back out, we will contact Bud and haul it there. The roof and hood are being cut in from a donor truck. All the artwork was scanned. Now, this conversation took place on April 1st of 24, which is April Fool's Day. So I don't know if he was playing a joke or what. I don't know. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. But I figured it's in good hands, and I just let it go. So then, 4 months later, at 8 o'clock at night on a Saturday night, I had 3 people message me that knew I was looking for this. A guy from Canada, a guy from Arizona, and a guy from Missouri, and sent me this ad saying that it was back up for sale in Fox Lake, which is only like 8 minutes from me, and it was for $1,000. So I immediately messaged the guy that was selling it 3 times and never heard from him, and actually went and looked for it in the dark in the area of where the map said it was and couldn't find it. So I messaged the guy that said he had it and said, hey man, what's up? And this is what he sent back to me. He said he bought a replica that someone had used as a mud truck body, and he never told me that. So I sent these 2 pictures to my buddy Derek, who helped me find the Golden Ox, and we put these pictures side by side and looked at them and figured out this is the same truck sitting in the same location. So it has to be somewhere near me, which is unbelievable. Now this is where it gets really interesting, because the guy that was selling it near me also was selling heavy equipment that was used for making firewood, cutting down trees, bucket trucks. So I snagged this picture and had the water tower in the background. So I have a buddy that works at the water department in Fox Lake, and he was able to tell me which water tower this was, and we were able to start tracking this thing down. So before church, my wife and I spent a couple of minutes looking in different places for this, and we really couldn't find it. So we went to church, went and got something to eat, and then I texted my buddy with the water department, and he sent me a pin on where he thought this thing might be. So my buddy dropped me a pin on where he thinks the location is, but it's just ending up being a housing development here. So we're still looking. a second. So there's the water tower we're looking for, and I have this picture of it too. So you know what? Looking at this picture, the antenna on the left is taller, and looking at the water tower, the antenna on the right is taller. So we're on the wrong side of the water tower. We got to be on the other side of it. So somewhere it's over there. Let's go check it. So there's what we're looking for. So somewhere over here it's got to be. Like on this side. Look, there's a firewood sign. Let's turn around. Look at that, on the right side of the water tower now. We stopped at this house first and asked the lady if it was okay to go back there, and she said yes, and we didn't know if it was back there or not. This is it. Look.
This is it.
It's going to be right there.
It is.
That's
it's right there.
The front of
it's
it.
right there. Oh my goodness. Here it is. Wow.
Look at that. No way. Take it.
Garrett said, you found it, now load it up. Bring it home.
What out, right? It's actually like, it's not just dirt, it's like mold on there or something.
It is. It's a mess.
34 by 8015. Jeez. The body's can't really get the door open because it's getting pinched right here. Something's really off because this whole tire's sticking out. And this one's barely sticking out. Paint is just, it's curling up. Got the tinted blue windows in it. is in the bed of the truck. There it is. Let's see what happens to it.
So over the course of the next week, I was on Facebook and the new owner chimed in on a post, and I was able to contact him and message with him a little bit and asked him if I could be there and video him loading this thing up and take it at home, and he agreed.
I figured we were gonna put a strapper on it. We can get that body on there a little straighter. Yeah, I want to see how we can do that. Yeah, I got another guy that wanted to videotape this thing leaving. He wanted it so bad. I told him I already told him. He lives 8 minutes down the road.
That's me.
Oh, that's you, right. Oh yeah. I remember you. That guy right? I'll pick it up. He's bringing a strap. I'll pick it up. Oh, you guys like I want to try to pick up my hand. Yep, that's how I got it.
Yep.
Yeah,
Did you really?
Yeah.
It came just like this, huh?
Yep.
Who'd you get it from? Do you remember?
Yeah, Spud over here. Chris Carlino bought it from the guy from Larry over in Round Lake. That he was the guy that ran this thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So he was running it for a while.
Larry was, and then Chris got it like this, and then I got it from him. Cause it was sitting over there for 10 years.
Yeah.
A bunch of us get on this side.
That's what I'm thinking.
And just try to pull it back over.
That's what I'm thinking. Okay. There's your door panels. There's your door panels. Original.
That's got the door panels.
Cooler transport or something there. We're gonna try to pick it up and slide it that way. That's much better. Yeah, it's ready to go. Let's take it to the fair.
You know the guy who did it, right?
I know the guy that built it, yeah. Who made it originally.
It's on the computer if you look it up.
That's what
He does. He looks up all the time.
I met him.
Finds them. But I didn't know he found stuff like this. Yes. I don't know how it's going to go on.
You see this?
What?
If you look at the bed back here, you could.
We have to go more?
Well, see, it's not sitting on the frame. If you can get, I don't know if he made it so see that bar.
Oh, I
how it'll
see
fit.
it. I see it.
But I don't think it'll fit though,
Under the front.
because you can only go over 2 inches here, and then that side's not gonna. I don't know how, unless that was mounted on. Oh, that was mounted on top of the frame rails. I bet you.
Yeah, the whole. Yeah, they would.
These were
Those
mounted.
stanchions would just sit right on top of the. So it would have to go.
It's gonna fall going down the road though, doing that.
Yeah, that's what.
Back that high.
See, there's absolutely nowhere to get any stability out of it.
Right.
To let it.
Well, hey, if these guys want to get out of here and we want to load it up, I'm 7 minutes down the road. We can take it to my house and I'd figure out some way to get it down really good for you, you know. 2x4s, and if we got to weld something, we can weld something.
Didn't think so.
Yeah, I'm just trying. I was even trying to
There's
go
nothing,
out
is there?
cab mount. See the cab mount on each side?
Yeah.
That's why I was trying to feel how
It's buckling all the metal though.
yeah.
Actually, when these guys moved it, they messed up people.
It was sitting there, and then it was in Round Lake before this, on Fairfield and Rounds Road.
Oh, there's a good story behind that.
I mean, how did you know where this was?
And like a year and a half of looking. Talking to people, getting little clues here and there.
This is going to YouTube. All these are going to be YouTube stories.
We got a couple boards up there. Oh, those are the boards for the sidewalls, right? So you guys want to get the crane and pick up the crane and set it in there?
I don't know why you're gonna put it around here. It's gonna spend everything.
No, there's a hitch back there by them guys.
Oh, is there a hitch back there?
And then maybe tying each one of the straps. So there'll be a YouTube.
And then two right on the front of the frame and two on that hitch.
Just put dunnage here. Put an angle on both. I'd use dunnage. And then strap it down that way. So that way you can't slide off the frame.
I don't think. See how tall that trailer is?
Would you try to?
I don't think it's going up with that hitch like that.
Pull it back on or what?
I'm thinking. Yeah. You should probably just line it up. Put it right here.
Possibly just trying to get her one more.
Can't really see anything. Right there, Dad.
You got that one. Yeah. But then now the cab. Wait, hold. Wait, the front of that corner's got to go up and over like that whole corner.
Side's got to go up.
Oh yeah, you need like.
Yep. Right in front of you, Joe. Just go up.
All right.
Oh, it's nice.
Oh, it's hot on the other side.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to get.
Yeah.
Oh, he's literally got a crane.
See the chains right there on top of that board box. Yeah, it is. Yeah? You got a fireplace?
No, I don't. But
Well, then you're no good to me.
I know.
No, that stuff's going to be like gold here in about another month.
Well, what do you think?
It's rough.
It's rough, right?
It's very rough. Very rough. Yeah. Yeah, it is absolutely rough.
This is what I was looking at over here. Like, how do you even?
Yeah.
I almost wonder if, like, if you heat this up, if that would,
Yeah.
you know, with a hairdryer.
No, but it's going to take.
Oh yeah. But it's the real deal, though.
Yeah.
Oh, that looks like that's the only thing holding that whole bedside on. Like these two rivets, really.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because this whole thing lifted up as one unit.
Yeah.
ties?
I mean, that would be my thought.
Well, the whole thing's got to go up. Fred's not even touching it.
I don't know how, unless we see these are too soft to even try to
put the cab mounts on it. It's not gonna really.
I mean, it's just.
Well, what if you put 2x4s under here straight down, and then since to put pressure on it that way, you know?
Yeah. I mean, it is just that soft.
Yep.
Just
about ready to go.
Well, grinding cut these guys loose. Yeah. Well, I mean, I guess we're at a point we can do that. We could always.
Want to get to my house and work on it?
Yeah, I mean, if that works.
Yeah, we got.
I wish I would have let him have it now. No, the water actually went down when I was out in there. Yeah.
Better. Let's try to go like towards the front a little more. Ready? Ready?
Yeah, I can come over with this stuff, right? I guess something correct. Maybe get my opinion on it.
That's not bad.
Crazy how good it is. Redoing the release cap again?
I was going to take it all back apart.
Yeah.
Do you want to weld that back on? You want to throw a weld across there so it don't move?
Yeah, we might.
Okay.
We might.
I'll
If that, let's see which one it is. Is it this one?
Amazing.
Come to the right place with all the, you know.
Oh my gosh, what a lifesaver.
We're just trying to help you out, you know. Get rid of inventory.
You know,
What's gonna happen? So
I would be okay if it was here, but I'm really okay if
this
it's
is your
not.
trailer, right?
Yeah.
Alright, you putting like something drops on?
You know, I can imagine that.
That's okay. Keeps them out of trouble. So.
That's a different boss.
Yeah.
I don't know how you get that out without ruining it.
Yeah, I don't know.
And then the only thing I was thinking is like.
It's cool though. Yeah, I put it out in the back of the
Okay, Rob's garage. I got to get you doing something. Trying to do just
we're gonna weld this on.
Oh, weld it on
so that it can't move.
Okay.
And then the bed is gonna be good.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. Want them to dress like him and everything, and they're sitting. Oh, it's
I'll have to watch that one tonight.
You want us to use this old wood before you have to? No, anything you want. Do some new stuff here.
Was that their $5,000 truck challenge one they were doing? J8.
Get them down the road.
Oh, you got an engine in it now. It's sort of a Flintstones engine.
Yeah, yeah. The first hybrid.
Yes.
So you wonder how many hours someone spent.
Yeah, that one's going nowhere. It's like Alan's running that 37. That's all stuff like too.
Oh, is that guy Jeff that painted it?
We'll have to.
If Bud ever knew what we went through.
He's gonna see it one day.
31 1/4.
Yeah. Your wish is my command.
In theory, I'll need 2 of those.
Okay, one more. Ready?
Look away. Stuff was.
Yeah.
Well,
how about this?
We might be able to toenail.
I did. I toenailed on the inside, but I put screws down on the inside, but that's as far as I.
Well, I was saying to the actual tree line. Other than that, it looks like just maybe have one more strap to tighten.
Set sail.
They were going to spread the weld across Illinois. Keeping Illinois clean.
Bud's only like an hour. Really?
and that yellow sign there. We're looking at the pictures.
Well,
I think
yeah.
it's got a square body headlights in it.
It does. Chevy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
That's what threw it off for a long time. It was like the international body with the square body, like 84 headlights in it.
Yeah.
Because it would have had round ones in it, right?
Right.
Yeah,
It
it
would
would
have
have
had.
round. Yeah.
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 Well, boy, she seems really solid on there now.
Oh yeah.
Guess let's see if it's got 200 miles in it. Good thing it'll be dark in an hour and a half.
Yeah, we're not gonna see what flies off.
Yeah, but the cops going down 290, they've been pulling over bobtails like crazy. They're doing all kinds of stuff, so. Yeah.
What's the old saying? If it ain't right, throw it at night.
Yeah,
That's right.
Well, here, real quick, tell Dad what your plans are with it. Here, Dad, come here. You want to stand next to it? So,
try moving the steering wheel a little bit.
So the plan is to put it back and do the truck justice.
Okay.
It's going to be a labor of love. That's
All right. Well,
for certain.
I guess we'll see if it does it again.
I couldn't have done it
without Rob and all you folks.
Yeah, let me know
So
if it
I
does again
certainly
real fast.
appreciate it. So thank you.
I'm just glad you're preserving it. That's the main thing.
Absolutely.
That's the
Absolutely.
thing.
So how can people get a hold of you? Are you gonna update it all? Or you need pictures, you said too, right?
Yeah.
For help
So
with it?
I
Where
mean,
can people reach you?
maybe what I'm thinking about starting its own page.
Okay. Yeah. There you go.
I mean, that's my thought.
Okay. That's easy too.
So yeah, and I'll get with you, and you know, maybe you can help me with that part of it. So you've certainly, you know, been very instrumental in this, and you know, my thought is the more people that are aware of this, and you know, can get behind some of the vintage pulling trucks and tractors, that the more we're going to save.
Are you gonna pull it, you think, one day?
Yeah, I've already reached out to areas.
Ooh. Nice.
And yeah, I mean, I certainly would love the opportunity to go back to some of these sponsors and you know, SCS, and have a little chat with them and see if they are interested in coming on board.
Cool.
So
awesome.
Yeah.
I'm so glad it's not getting cut up and like.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Sanded down, you know.
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. So yeah, that's the plan.
Yep. Cool.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Sounds like a plan.
Be
All right,
safe
man.
driving back, guys.
All right. Sounds good. Thank
See ya.
you.
If he goes around the corner and it drops off on the
No way.
Monteville Road, and then
It would take the trailer with it. It's so sturdy.
so we just close the garage door and make like
Hey,
we're not.
we
at
had
home.
nothing to do with it. It's cool.
So the new owner made it home safe and sound, and a couple days later he sent me these pictures of the truck cleaned up, and the tires actually hold air. So now it would be neat if we can maybe find this Dodge body and see where that's at. And the new owner is really looking for this S10 on the original chassis, if it's available, to not buy it, but even just take pictures of it and see it, to make a chassis that looks like what Bud had underneath it. So if you can help us out, drop me a comment, and thanks for watching.